Welcome guys to the Wingman Bootcamp. My name is Nate Hibbert, here again once again with my brother Stephen Hibbert. Hopefully you were able to get a merch account with those slides we sent out if you didn't already have one, but we're going to jump straight into things. We want to keep these bootcamp videos short and to the point.
Yeah, we talked about in our presentation, my biggest takeaway for the last 2 years was business is a team sport. So today we have two friends that are going to help us. Stephanie, she helped us create a video, the 10,000 foot view, and then Christy, she's really our resident motivator. So she's going to inspire you to take action.
Yeah, you guys are going to enjoy both of these videos, but before we jump into the first one made by Stephanie, I just want to give a brief disclaimer. It is a little bit of a history lesson, so be prepared to watch that. But it just gives us perspective to understand why print on demand is so powerful. So we'll jump into that.
Graphic t-shirts seem to be more popular now than ever before. However, the graphic t-shirt hasn't been around very long. In fact, when the t-shirt first came along, it was considered to be an undergarment. It's difficult to pinpoint exactly when people started to print on t-shirts, but 1939's The Wizard of Oz marked the graphic tee's on-screen debut. Workers tasked with restuffing the scarecrow wore green tees with the word Oz splashed across the front in bold white letters. It seems that Emerald City was the first to catch on to the functionality and marketing potential of the graphic t-shirt. During the 1940s, there was virtually no competition or demand for graphic shirts. Printing during this time was very inefficient. The machines were clunky and not many people knew how to use them. On top of that, all the screens needed to print the shirts had to be created by hand, and the ink at that time was expensive and hard to work with. However, during World War II, the military began issuing t-shirts to servicemen with the names of their branches or training programs on them. With this new interest, people began experimenting with technology and discovered new techniques for screen printing. In 1942, t-shirts weren't considered appropriate street attire until Life magazine published a spread and a cover shoot featuring a 23-year-old corporal wearing his Air Corps t-shirt. In the 1950s, t-shirt sales skyrocketed when Marlon Brando popularized the t-shirt after wearing one in A Streetcar Named Desire. A few smart people began to realize the marketing potential for printing graphics on shirts. The company Tropics Togs acquired the rights to print Disney characters such as Mickey Mouse on t-shirts, ushering in the graphic tee as a classic trend. In the 1960s and 70s, bands and musicians also began to realize that branded merchandise could both promote their music and offer a second source of income. As a result, the band t-shirt was born. Many bands from the 60s and 70s are still recognized as much from their unique logos as they are for their music. The Rolling Stones' Lips, the Beatles' vintage lettering, and Pink Floyd's prisms are now iconic graphics even today. Higher demand for t-shirts in the 60s and 70s pushed the technology forward with pneumatic printing machines. These machines could easily produce large numbers of shirts with multiple colors. However, the screens used to create the t-shirt designs still had to be made by hand, and setup time to run a single design was very time-consuming. Not to mention, the machines to print the shirts were extremely expensive, making it very impractical to print a single shirt or even a small batch. In the 1980s and 90s, large companies such as Guess, Nike, and Adidas saw the success of branded t-shirts and jumped in on branded mania. They began selling t-shirts with their logos, knowing these tees would increase brand awareness and turn a profit. Demand for graphic tees boomed, and again technology pushed forward. A new way of printing called direct-to-garment, or DTG, was developed, eliminating the need for expensive screens. In the early 2000s, the market became flooded with graphic tees. Competition caught up with demand. DTG machines led to mass production and oversaturation of the market. There were plenty of shirts available, but most were not very interesting or well designed. Today, graphic tees have seen a resurgence in popularity and have officially made a comeback. Rather than generic designs and logos of the past, the graphic tees of today connect with buyers on a deeper level, their interests and passions. And with the introduction of print on demand, a huge opportunity was introduced, and savvy entrepreneurs can now enter the market with little to no startup costs. In 2015, Amazon launched Merch by Amazon, a self-service program designed to sell print-on-demand t-shirts with zero startup costs. Contributors in the Merch by Amazon program design and upload their t-shirt designs while Amazon produces, sells, and ships the product for you. With this print-on-demand service, you sell only the t-shirt that your customers want to buy. You never have to worry about inventory or out-of-pocket costs. For every t-shirt sold, you earn a royalty. The more shirts you sell, the higher the royalty is. Selling P.O.D is an amazing opportunity, and we hope you'll join the Wingman crew in learning all the ways that you can make this opportunity work for you.
Hi, my name is Christy Hertzler, and I'm a member of the Wingman team. My primary role is actually in motivation and encouragement. And so I want to talk with you a little bit today about the importance of taking action. I know for myself that a lot of times I'll go to a conference, especially one that's as awesome as Joy's conference was, and hopefully you had an opportunity to talk with Nate and Stephen while you were there. But sometimes I get home and it's like, you know, I have all these ideas swirling around in my head and I have all this motivation, and I get home into my regular everyday environment and things kind of just slow down or sometimes even stop. And so I want to talk with you a little bit today about the reason that that happens and some very empowering things that you can do to change that. So I want to start with an image today, and I really want you to think about it. Is there any reason at all in this image for that person to drown? They're being thrown a life preserver. There's someone on the other end that's just ready to pull them out of the water. What reason would there be for this person to drown? Well, the reason, of course, is that they're not taking action. And without taking action, that life preserver doesn't mean anything. Now, it might seem like a little bit of an extreme example, but in reality, it's actually not. I see this often, actually. I can be working with two people that have the same background, they have access to the same training, the same mentors, and yet one finds success and the other struggles. And it really is interesting to find out what makes the difference. And if that's you, I can tell you that so many times it's because you're not taking action. That lack of action has many roots, and it's important to figure out what they are so you can move past that block and into the success that you crave. For now, I'm going to go over 5 reasons why taking action now will empower you to move forward. Because if you're not already taking action and taking it consistently, you need to start right now. The number one thing that I want to talk about, and it's going to sound a little mean, and anybody that knows me really well can tell you I'm really not, but no one is going to take action for you. That might sound a little harsh, I understand that, but the one thing you can always count on with me is honesty. Taking personal responsibility is absolutely vital. Once you understand this and stop finding reasons not to take action, you're going to find that your dream is starting to turn into your reality. And isn't that what we all want? The number 2 reason is knowledge without action will not magically bring success. Learning is essential. I'm an absolute learning junkie. Training, coaching, mentoring are all good things for growing in your skill set. Where the challenge comes into play is when you perceive that knowledge alone will move you forward. It is only through taking the knowledge you have and putting it into action that you truly see forward motion. The third thing on the list is you learn and you understand by doing. Now, I absolutely love the term muscle memory. And while I'm taking a little bit of creative license and using it here, I do believe that when we take our knowledge and start doing something with it, and that can be either physically or mentally, that we're gaining a better grasp of it, which makes it easier to do. And things that are easier to do for us get done. That's just a reality. Number 4, your self-esteem gets a boost. When you take action on your dream every day, you are creating a habit. Once a habit is created, it's something that you do naturally and without thinking. And you feel good about it because it isn't causing you stress or keeping you from getting done what needs to get done. When you feel good about yourself, everything seems easier and any challenges suddenly don't seem so overwhelming. And challenges will happen in this business, actually in life for that matter. And that positive energy will translate into moving forward into success. And last is number 5, time is ticking. We can't stop time, and our days are not infinite. We've often heard, many of us, that tomorrow is not promised to us, and that's so true. You have a dream, and you have the tools to make that dream real. By taking action, you are making sure that your time is not wasted. Live your dream rather than dreaming your dream. My hope is that this is going to resonate with you and empower you to make commitment to taking action starting today. And what I'd really like for you to do is keep an eye out every day for the emails that are coming along with the content for the boot camp. And if you take action on each one of those steps every day, you're going to find that you'll be able to move yourself forward into success in the way that you want to. Have a great day.